Hi friends, my channel is called Minivan Muse. I travel in my 2023 Honda Odyssey named Betty White, and we travel around the country to beautiful places, interesting places, and I'm happy that you're here to travel along with us. Hey everybody, hope you're doing pretty good. Well, we are 8 weeks and 2 days away from the big summer trip. It's so exciting. I cannot wait. If I could leave tomorrow, I would leave tomorrow. But what I thought I might do is start a little series, little weekly series of steps that I take in advance of a trip. So today will be the first video in the series. Let's get started. All right, so here is the first thing that has arrived for my summer trip, and I'm really excited about this. Oh my God, I don't know. Call me old school, but look, it's a new road atlas. I don't know about you, but there's something about a paper map that just gets me excited. So definitely wanted to have a new atlas. I bought one 2 years ago, and it was definitely time for a fresh one. I also got some bigger maps, U.S. Northern Plains and U.S. Northeast, because as I have shared, my summer trip, I'm going to Maine and back. A couple other things that I got are a couple more of these little cargo nets. I have a couple new places. I'm gonna put them in the van, and I'll show you that maybe in the next video. And something that you cannot be without if you're traveling in a minivan is poop bags. I know it's ridiculous to be excited about that, but hey, you gotta go. And when you gotta go, you need a poop bag. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I used to have a dog. He passed away. Rest in peace, Marty. But, so I just call them poop bags. And I got 8 rolls of poop bags. That's 160 poops. I certainly won't poop that many times on my summer trip, but you can never have enough poop bags, in my opinion. Now, the first thing that I do when I'm several weeks out from a trip is I take out the map and I start thinking about my route. So let's take a look at the map together for a few minutes. So there's nothing like it. Your first look at the map and fresh, clean, brand new map book, and you're thinking about where you're gonna go on your next trip. So I am starting here in Southern California, and this summer, my end goal is to get to Maine. Maybe you can see that, Acadia National Park. I wanna stand there on the coast in Maine and look out at the Atlantic Ocean. And then of course, gotta get back. Now, while it's not the goal for me of spending all my time on the interstate, I do have to keep in mind the time that I have and making sure I can get there and get back to work within the allotted time frame, which is going to be 30 days. I think that briefly in my recollection of my previous cross-country trip is that it's going to take me a week to get to the East Coast. I'm going to spend about a week or maybe 10 days on the East Coast, and then I'm going to get back. Now, my grandpa, who was a great road tripper, used to always say, don't ever take the same way there and back again. Take a different route on the way back so you get to see different things. So I do have to take into account that I will have to spend some time on the interstate. Now, I don't know if you know, but the interstates, the east-west interstates in the U.S. are numbered, of course, and the numbers go from smallest, Highway 10 in the south, up to the highest number, which is main Interstate 90 in the north. There's also 94 way up north. But they go from lowest to highest, which is very interesting. You also have to take into account the weather, right? So if I took Interstate 10 cross country, very hot, very uncomfortable, so I'm not going to do that. I think, and again, this is just the first look, the first, thinking about the trip. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take Interstate 70 or Interstate 80 from west to east. I do have some friends I'm going to be visiting in New York and Michigan, and so I definitely have to get to the, northern part here. So the 70 or the 80, it will be cooler in those areas, of course, cooler going through Colorado than going through Texas, right? So 70 or 80 going east. And on the way back, I haven't spent a lot of time up here, and this part of the country is something that I want to explore. So coming back, I will probably take the 90 and maybe even spend some time on the 94, which is the farthest north. As I said, it's not going to be all interstates. So the first thing that I do is look at the big picture, the main way east, the main way back. And then what I start doing is making notes about where I'm going to stop each day, how much I can drive each day, how many days I'm going to spend in each place, and map it out time-wise to make sure that I can get back in time to get back to work. So this is my first step in my series of planning my summer trip. Really excited about it, and I hope you stick around to see what comes next. Talk to you soon.